Hey guys, it's Janet Wakeland with RemarkablyCreated.com. In today's One Take Wonder video, I thought I would get you to help me unbox my brand new Stamparatus. This precise precision marking tool or placement tool will be available in the next 2018 catalog, debuting in June of this year. But I thought we could get to know it now because you're going to see me using it. And I also know that some of you will be receiving yours actually in March and April because you took the time to pre-order one. So let's go ahead and let's unbox this together. So it's a smaller box than what I thought it. I don't know why. It just looked really big on stage at convention or on stage. But let's go ahead and let's take it out of its little protective box here. I have read a few online comments and things like that, but I haven't actually watched any of my fellow demonstrators' videos or anything like that because I really just kind of wanted to open this up and play and get to know it together and experience it like you would. So it's got some nice bubble wrap to secure it, and I'm going to hang on to that for just a few minutes. And here we can see that we have our beautiful new Stamparatus. We've got, let's see what all's in this little brochure. So we've got some warnings about it. If you have both plates in the hinges, don't close it. You've got some tips for stamping with one plate. Of course, it's in multiple languages, so it looks like there's a lot more than what's there. And there's some visual pictures for us, because I'm a visual person, so that really helps. And some more images there for you. Okay. So we have two plates. These plates have a grid on them, and I can feel the grid. It's kind of an etched in grid, a grid mark on them. And they're identical. Okay, let me open this up. I'm going to save that too to protect them. So we've got the grid on both sides and the hinge. And then in this piece, we have the actual Stamparatus itself, Stampin' Up logo down in the lower left corner. This is a foam pad, and it's designed to work with both our clear mount stamps and our photopolymer stamps. So we have those pieces there, and let's just set these right up here in front of us. And then on the back, there are two magnets, and they actually have a little storage place for them. I wasn't sure if I would need something to store them in or how they actually came. I know I'm sure they probably said something to us at Stampin' Up, and I just missed it. So you've got two magnets, and it is my understanding that these are extremely strong magnets. And so let's just see here for a second. So they're designed to be really strong. One thing that I've learned that you want to be cautious about is that you want to make sure that they don't end up snapping together because they are hard to get apart. Also, I've heard stories where if you put them on the table, they will draw each other, and the further apart they are, the more momentum that they can pick up coming together, and that can actually shatter these magnets. I've heard where some demonstrators have wrapped them with washi tape to help prevent that, and if you truly are worried about that, that is something that you can do. I pulled some of our really wide washi tape from our current catalog, and I'm just trying to find the opening for it, feeling for it with my fingers, and ignore my bad manicure. I need to get a new one. It's just one of those busy holiday seasons where you didn't stop at all. You got it done for the holidays and then just kept on going. So let's just see if we can get this going here for a second. There we go. And it doesn't hurt the power of them to wrap it, so you could choose to wrap it just to protect them just a little bit. It shouldn't need a ton of wrapping. But then the other thing that you can do as you wrap them is that you could create a little tab so that you can lift them up and pull them up if you need to. So that's definitely an option, is to wrap them. And it looks like the wider washi is going to be great. Great use for that washi stash that you have. So again, you want to be careful with them. When you're working with them, a good tip instead that I was thinking about as I was trying to figure about this is when one's not in use, if you keep one up on top of the pad and then lay one somewhere else, of course, it's going to have this to break the magnetic field, and it's not going to go gliding. So if you just always keep one on your surface at all time and then just set one off to the side, you won't have that issue of them sliding together. Because I've been kind of running all those scenarios through my head as I've been reading about them. So let's just push that off to the side here, and we'll leave that one on the table so it doesn't go sliding. And let's take a look at these hinges for just a second. They snap in really easy. Oh, I love that. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. And what sets Stampin' Up's apart from any of the other ones on the market is that it is this dual hinge, so that I can have, we've got several stamps that are 3 stamps, so I can stamp once, have another image, stamp again, which is great. It's also open on 2 sides, which is going to allow me to use a very large piece of paper. So here I can take and I can put a stamp way over here, and I can reach further into my paper. Also, let's grab our ruler and let's show you how big this is, because again, I was surprised. I was thinking it was bigger than what it is. So your stamping surface, if I lay this in here, is 7 1/4 inches by 7 1/4 inches, which means that I'm going to be able to reach on a 12 by 12 paper in at least 7 inches. So that's really cool that I'm going to be able to get into a larger piece of paper, or if I'm working with, for example, a 6 by 6 piece that I'm wanting to turn into a bag or something like that, I'm going to be able to do that. So you're going to have those measurements. Another great tip that I thought of as I was working with this is that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut down grid paper, and I'm going to cut it down into 7 by 7 inch squares, and I'll have a little stack of them. I'm actually going to take a stack of the 100 sheets, and I'm going to take it into Staples, and I'm going to have them cut that stack into 7 by 7 inch stack of papers that are going to fit right in here. So you'll see those in the next day when I get them cut and bring them in. But that way I'll have this little piece of grid paper, for measurements and things like that, but then to also protect my foam mat and stuff like that. So that was my little brainchild, and that's what I'll be doing, is putting that piece in there. Another beauty of the hinges is that I can also move them along. They can be moved right like so. So I can just kind of keep moving them. I can also just set this one aside when I'm not working with it. Nice acrylic, I can see right through it, so it's going to be great to work with. One can be stored right on the pad. The other one you can just rest on top, and it does rest nice there. If you save your little bubble wrap, I can see where you can put that down inside, and then you have it, just that little pack. A Ziploc bag would have the same ability to hold it together. And then as I was thinking about storing them, first thing that came to mind is I have these file keepers. And I have my punch boards and stuff in one already with a little label. And I can simply just set that down inside my board in my little Ziploc bag. I can pull it out and put it in, pull it out and put it in. And that way it's on my work surface ready to use. Some demonstrators who attended convention a few years ago, we were given this pretty little bag here, and it will store it inside of this, and this would be great for taking it places. It does fit down inside of this bag, but for me in my actual workroom all the time, having it in a file, because I am going to be pulling it out to work with it all the time, so this would be perfect for traveling with it, but not storage in my stamp room. I can see where this is actually going to just be a staple right on my crafting surface, so having a way for me to get to it easily. So that little slot, any kind of a little magazine file or wire file that's kind of narrow will work as well. And I'm going to look for one that's a little bit smaller than this one when I'm at Staples having my grid paper cut, because I envision wanting it personally to be standing just like this. And then I can go ahead and put my magnet, and it stays very securely in there. This is magnetized, and your magnet will stay very securely in there. It does have 4 nice rubber feet on it, so that it's not going to slide around on your surface as well either, and so I really like that. So that is just our very quick little unboxing video with some very, very basic tips for you. Of course, we will be using it, playing with it, and doing some actual videos where we create cards using this. And I'm excited for those of you that pre-ordered it to get yours when they become available to you in March and April. And so you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to your emails from Stampin' Up. You will receive an email notifying you that they are ready to actually be ordered, and you're going to want to then finalize your order at that time. So for all of you that went ahead and reserved one, thank you very much, and I look forward to helping you get to know it. And for the rest of you, make sure that this is on your wish list and a little note on your refrigerator saying order June 1st, because that's when it will be available in our next annual catalog. So, oh, I can't wait. Thanks, guys.